Bienvenidos a un Surfari.
Southern California, the Golden State, land of perfect weather, tasty waves, and endless opportunity. But these blessings do have their downside, mainly that everyone wants a slice, and there's only so many pieces of pie. And I don't blame them or myself, but this supply and demand has raised the cost of living, particularly the price of homes, through the roof, with dual incomes and 50-hour weeks a must to survive. Add to that the incessant traffic, raising crime rates, and spiraling moral decline, all prompting an exodus of many native Californians and those not keen on the ensuing rat race. Most are leaving for other states, but some are leaving the blessed U.S. altogether, heading to tropical paradises bathed in warm breezes and midday siestas. Even though Shannon and I have been raised in and love San Diego, the pace and price of life here is kicking us out, and we too have been keeping our eyes and ears open for somewhere more mellow and affordable. Then one day, a friend told me about the Bocas Del Toro Islands, tucked away off the Caribbean coast of Panama, said to be safe, have great waves, use US dollars as currency, and a lot of Americans are already living down there. We were on the next flight to Panama City.
Crazy drivers, huh?
Yeah.
You know why they call them, huh?
No.
Red Devils.
Red Devils?
Diablo Rose.
Panama sound risky? With its current stable government, modern cities, hospitals, jobs, and U.S. ties, it is without a doubt one of the most livable countries in Latin America. But we weren't looking for more city life and decided to make our way to the Bocas Islands. The Bocas Islands' first inhabitants are thought to be the Waimi Indians, still seen in small numbers today trying to hold on to their traditional ways of life. Their first contact with outsiders was with Christopher Columbus in 1502, where he came to rest and repair his boats just off what is now downtown Bocas, and named many of the islands. Then after a short stint as a hideout for pirates looting Spanish galleons transporting gold back to Spain, the Bocas Islands had become a major source of bananas for the Western world, hence the phrase, Banana Republic. This brought many Africans and Spanish, slave and free, to the islands to work the plantations, and these remain the majority population today. But with competition from Caribbean islands and other Central American countries, Bocas is losing its top banana status, and has been slowly switching gears towards tourism and catering to the small influx of Americans moving down, which just these last few years is beginning to grow. Still, with not much money and jobs circulating in the islands, the crime is almost non-existent, and you see most people quite content with life. Most homes are built of wood and sit over water, a luxury of being out of the hurricane belt, with boats rather than cars being the main mode of transportation. In fact, only one island has roads and cars. The others have only walking trails. Being so different from home, I wonder if we could live here. Luckily, one of Shannon's friends already does, and she flew in from Panama City to meet us.
My beautiful friend Jessica from San Diego originally, and she just moved down here to Panama. She's going to show us around.
We moved here because my husband's job. He had this opportunity, and we just took them up on the offer just to have an experience and do something different, see someplace new. Yeah, I do some really cheesy Latin American modeling over here. It's pretty funny. It's kind of different from what I'm used to in the States. We're still cruising, we're still here, and we don't plan on going back anytime soon, so who knows.
The next few days we spent time hanging with the locals, exploring the islands, and checking prices for homes and land. It appears we should have been here 2 years ago, as prices, though still cheap, have risen 10 to 20 times in value. Talk about a good investment. Some homes were amazing, others simple, but all of them shared something in common: beautiful views of the water and lots of land. Shannon and I spoke with many Americans who had moved to Bocas, but it was Tim and Osa's story that really blew us away. They saw a 30-acre cocoa farm for sale on the internet, hit the purchase button, and haven't looked back.
I saw the pictures and I was just like, man, this is a great idea. It's perfect, because I was just working a 9 to 5 basically, living paycheck to paycheck, and, just doing the same thing pretty much every day. I was just thinking, you know what? This is a great idea. I'm gonna do it. Go for it. We live right on the water. It's just really tropical. There's nothing. There's animals. There's, birds, insects, water. It's really peaceful. There's hardly anybody out there at all. You might see a boat or two, and then, that's about it. I don't have a lot of concrete around me now, so it's like I'm okay.
We were impressed how brave so many people were to just pack up and leave, something Shannon and I haven't been able to do. It would be hard on us to have families so far away, and the pace of life would take some getting used to. Then again, the solitude was very appealing. Just as I was reflecting on how serene the day had been, down the beach I saw a bunch of guys paddle out. We were about to leave when I saw one of them do an air, and then another a nice carve in front of a water cameraman, and thought we'd better get a closer look. Shane Dorian, Kalani Robb, Ozzy Wright, Benji Weatherly, and Donovan Frankenwright are here. With these guys visiting, it made me realize Bocas really is on the cusp of becoming known, and I think you'll be hearing a lot more about these islands in the future. We'd been at the beach all day, and with no convenient stores in sight, we decided to tap into one of nature's best survival resources.
When you're ever stranded on a beach and you need to survive, you know, plane crash, boat sink, something like that, you're stuck out there, and you run out of food, look in the forest for a coconut. How are you gonna eat this coconut? See the protective husk it's got? I don't think you're gonna get in there. It's not the same coconut you're gonna get at your supermarket that mom brings home that's all nice and fuzzy. You can shred the coconut inside. When you do that, you can wrap it in your shorts or something, whatever kind of cloth, and you can squeeze it and you actually get like a thick milk out of it. And that milk has a lot of proteins that you're gonna need to survive on an island like this. Once you make that milk, you can even let it sit and separate, and the actual milk will separate from the oil content that's in it. And you can take that oil and you can burn it, like kerosene. And then the coconut shell, you're gonna be able to make tools out of it, so you can go hunting. And then you can make hooks or spears or something.
Use this to do the dishes.
You can use that to do dishes. These things protect the coconut. You can go 3,000–4,000 miles in the ocean, roll up on some island. All of a sudden it rolls up high enough into the dirt out of the sand, and it starts growing. 3 soft spots in the coconut right here, these 3 eyes. What you want to do is you want to poke 2 of them.
2 eyes and a mouth.
There you go, see?
The mouth is the soft.
Hello from Panama. You can even find natural straws from the land, and it's pretty good. If you're on a deserted island, you're probably gonna last another day or 2. Have a bite.
Chad, our music composer for On Surfari, wanted to get a hands-on feel for the sounds of Panama, so he flew down and hung out with us for a few days, met and played with other local musicians, and walked the streets looking for inspiration.
A los manes del área, pegado en el fondo, no esos manes. Mira a mi Fede, los gringos, ellos sorfean en la ola de blog. Por eso que yo les digo, mira que todo uno vi. Mira a mi friends jugando aquí en el área. Mira los manes sorfean en olas grandes de blog. Los manes se quedan en el hotel Bocas Caribe. Yo no sé de dónde soy, de dónde vas. Mira la galleta jugándola. Mira a los manes aquí cantando, mira a los manes de la reggaetón. Estos manes mira que son guay, pero ellos no saben nada de eso, porque mira mi friend sorfea.
One of the more interesting creatures found in Bocas is the colorful poison dart frog. This particular species is not found anywhere else in the world. About the size of a nickel, these elusive amphibians get their name from the poison they excrete from their skin, and it's used by native Indians to tip their blow darts for hunting.
Long jump.
Luckily for Shannon, the poison cannot penetrate the skin as it has to be injected into the body to cause harm.
Okay. Make sure he doesn't go in my ear. Shayne, am I gonna get like warts all over my body now? Maybe he likes my dad. I feel like a pirate. Arr, me matey. My little pirate friend over here. Let's watch it in its natural habitat.
All right, enough nature hiking. Let's go surfing. Surfing with the pros was cool, but meeting Martin, the only Waimea Indian surfer in the islands, was even better.
Me see with it, a lot of people, Americanos surfing the way. Y dije, me, I want to surf it. Me, el único indio que surfea en Bocas del Toro, no más. My favorite is waves.
Oh, favorite anything.
Yes, waves.
Can I move down here? I don't know. It's tempting. There isn't much opportunity out here in comparison to the States. Not at all, actually, but it depends on what you're looking for and how busy you really want to be. Is that what the purpose of life is? To keep as busy as you possibly can, and then you die with a lot of money? Or you just want to kind of cruise and make a few bucks here and there and live on a hut on the beach? It's something Shannon and I think about all the time.
Bocas was paradise, but it did have its imperfections. And with Shannon and I's cautious optimism, we reluctantly held off purchasing any property, Now back home, our memories of our time in Panama grow fonder, and with time running out for us in San Diego, maybe one day we will call the Bocas Del Toro Islands home.
Well, we've had an awesome time here in Panama. We've got tons of great waves and got to see tons of beautiful animals, amazing friends, super epic surfing action, and we hope that you've enjoyed our time with us. We hope to see you next time on Safari.